Good morning to all the dear students. You all are welcome to this video subject session of SS where we were discussing the ongoing chapter number 6, that is the world after 1945. So dear students, let us continue the topic from today's ongoing topic, which is India's contribution at the international level. Until now we have seen how the world was progressing after the year 1945. Now let us discuss today's topic, that how India has contributed significantly at an international level. So the topic starts with India has contributed significantly at the international level during its freedom struggle. We know that the period from 1942 to 1947, in the year when we got the independence, it was full of the incidences, and which is the history full of the freedom. The freedom fighters tried their best, and they until now have given the India the independence, and how the freedom struggle was there against the Britishers. And after its independence, and we have seen that as soon as we have got the independence in the year 1947, how fast we have progressed in the world. India has always opposed the imperialism, colonialism, and evils like racial discrimination. Students, there are three words given in this line. Let me discuss one by one. That India is a democratic nation in which always India gives the first priority to all the people, that is the government which is run by the people, of the people, and for the people. Now imperialism is the government in which a policy of extending a country's power and influence through colonization, use of military force or other means rule of the emperor. Now imperialism government is not existed in India. Before 1947, there were many small and big states in India like Hyderabad, Junagadh, in which the kings were the emperor and the government was not there. But as soon as we got the independence in 1947, we have stopped the imperialism. And colonialism says that there were many of the colonies which were ruling the India's major cities such as Goa, Mahe, Karaikal, Chandranagar, and various other territories of India's were there. Now the government is ruling the nation, so we are not having any kind of the colonialism in India like Britishers, Portuguese. These were the people who were making small colonies and were ruling India. And in India, no racial discrimination is there. It means the discrimination is not there between the skin color like there it is in the foreign countries. Many people are discriminated due to the races in which they were belonging, in which they are belonging to the different religions. So in India we do not face any such kind of the situation. It has supported movements opposing such evils. Now we can consider these racial discrimination, imperialism, and various other things as the evils, and these are such evils which cannot makes the smooth functioning of the nation. So in India these kinds of evils does not exist anymore. India has always remained active in the formation of the United Nations, and we have seen in one of our chapter number 5 that United Nations was made as soon as the World War II has finished in the year 1945. The main motive of United Nations is to promote peace, security in the entire world. So India is always in the front, whether to participate any activity of United Nation, and is actively involved in all the activities. Whether any kind of activities conducted by the United Nations, India is always in front. India has always remained an active. India has played an important role by sending its military to support the United Nations efforts in maintaining international peace and security. Now, India always sends this military power wherever the United Nations need to maintain the international peace and security in the world, in any part or in any corner of the world. It has always promoted, and it has always kept the first preference to the peace. India has worked appreciably by sending military troops to countries like Gaza, Cyprus, Congo, and Sri Lanka during their conflicts. Now, whenever any conflict arises in the world, India always helps to the countries which are there in the problem, or whenever any kind of the conflicts arises in that nations. India has always helped to Gaza, Cyprus, Congo, and various other nations by sending its military troops. India has helped actively in maintaining peace. Now, India is a country where peace is loved by every citizen. So the policy says that India always stands first in maintaining the peace in the world. India has persistently emphasized on the need of disarmament to achieve world peace and security, and always India is in the front whenever there is any kind of the treaty in which the usage of the nuclear weapons it is there, and disarmament theory basically it is there. We have seen in one of the topic of this chapter that one of such theory and treaty was signed by the nations of the world, which was named as the a treaty named as Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Now, in this issue, it has taken leadership in debates world around and in making useful suggestions. India always is taking in these kinds of the debates. The active participation is seen by the Indian political leaders. India has expressed the desire of entire humanity for peace by presenting a proposal for total nuclear disarmament in the United Nations General Assembly. And whenever there is the United Nations General Assembly, it is being held every year. In that, India is actively speaking. The political leaders always are in the top, whether to maintain the peace or security in the world, and to spend the money in the upliftment of the poor in other countries instead of using money in creation of nuclear weapon and military has always been a demand from India and the United Nations. Now, India is such a country which believes always that to spend millions of rupees to create the nuclear weapons, instead of using that money, we can feed to the poor people residing in the countries which are usually considered backward as compared to the India. World peace has permanently remained India's primary concern for its foreign policy. World peace is the topmost priority of India, and it has always remained the primary concern for its foreign policy. India has always remained active to achieve an atmosphere of cooperation. India always is in the active position to achieve an atmosphere of cooperation, trust, and understanding among the nations. Now, this is such a kind of the policy which India is favoring at the international level, and India's contribution always stands on the top. So students, this is how the India's contribution is there in the international level. Thank you for watching the video, students, for this session. And our next session will discuss how India's relations are there with the countries of the world. Have a nice day to all.